The case involving 5 suspects in the murder of Prince Lethukuthula Zulu has been postponed to the 21st of April. The 50-year-old prince died in November. He was the eldest child of the late King Goodwill Zwelithini. 4 female suspects remain behind bars, while 1 male was granted bail in December. My colleague, eNCA reporter Khayelihle Khumalo, is following this story for us. He's joining us now here on the Midday View this afternoon. Kaya, good afternoon. Take us through what happened in court today.
So that's right, Braden. So key things really happened in court today. So the 4 suspects now want to have an opportunity once again to apply for bail. Last year they had tried, but they failed to convince the magistrate in terms of the substantial and also just exceptional circumstances. So the magistrate was not happy, but also what also hindered their bid for the bail application was the fact that they have pending cases. So in essence, one of the allegations that has been made is that they are part of the syndicate that goes around Gauteng and sparking drinks of the victims, and subsequently they go to their homes and then they rob them of their properties. So it's exactly what happened in this instance as well. But also, Braden, another key issue that transpired in court was the announcement that now the report surrounding the toxicology alongside the post-mortem report will be revealed in court on the 19th of May. So this is going to be very crucial in this case because the allegation is the prince was drugged and then subsequently he died in that particular instance.
Okay, just to recap, remind us what happened on that fateful night.
So, I mean, from what has been really adduced before the court, it was quite a very interesting day. The prince had gone out with one of his friends and they were having a very good time in one of the establishments in the north of Johannesburg. So then they met the accused and there was a very good time because one of the suspects, in fact, was celebrating her birthday. So the prince offered to buy them some beverages and then they went to the prince's house. So that's where a lot of things happened because also some of the allegation here is one of the suspects had sexual intercourse with the prince, and then now the issue was that what happened after. So the suspects have told the courts that the prince might have taken drugs, but of course the state has vehemently denied that allegation. So now the issue is it's alleged then that the suspects might have drugged the prince and then after that, they fled. And one of the suspects in this case, Braden, obviously got bail, the driver. So hence, he was given bail because the magistrate felt that he really didn't play much of a role in this particular instance. So it's been quite a very frustrating time as well for the royal household because they've been waiting for the conclusion in terms of the investigation. You'd recall, Braden, prior to this particular case being reopened, it was an inquest and then it was escalated into a murder charge.
Yeah, and I mean, this is coming just after the passing of the father of the prince. That's King Goodwill Zulu. I wonder how they're coping. It must be a difficult time because the country is yet being reminded about the prince, and the country did not had been forgotten about this case for quite some time, and it became a talking point as well after the death of the king.
Well, that's right, Braden. So we got an opportunity to speak to the brother of the late king, Prince Mbonisi. So he was telling me that it's been a very tough time for them. It's been a double blow with the passing of the prince and now the passing of the king as well. And he was just telling me about a very emotional roller coaster that they've been subjected to, but also talking about the pace of the case, that it's been dragging for some time. But albeit they're very cautiously optimistic that justice will take its course in this particular instance. So once again, Braden, if we may just take a listen to this particular interaction we had with Prince Mbonisi.
Early dawns for us, more especially when in this case, when the prince passed away, his father now has passed away. So it's difficult for us to cope, even mentally, physically. But we do hope with the prayers of the Zulu nation and the entire world, saying that they are with us in this
And it's a difficult time. A regent has been appointed. You're trying to get a successor. What can you say to South Africans just to rest assure them that there is stability within the royal family?
Well, we do pray and believe that everything will be stable, but on the succession, that I cannot comment. There is one person who can comment on behalf of the entire royal family with regards to that.
Yeah, not easy times for AmaZulu Royal House. Thank you very much, Khayelihle Khumalo, for that latest report on that court case that's involving those 3 women and a driver who've been accused of Prince Lethukuthula Zulu's murder here in Johannesburg last year.